This is T.Y. Jackson.
United States Women's Champion Chelsea Green.
How you doing, people?
And I love pro wrestling.
I love pro wrestling.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome to the Brunch Clinic. I am Lawrence Kurtze. We are live. Another big week in wrestling, as yesterday was AEW Wrestle Dream.
Hi, I'm Maxine Dupree.
And I'm Otis.
Hi, I'm the Sweetest Pea, Chris Sarah.
Mars, the specialist.
And I love wrestling.
And I love pro wrestling.
And we
love wrestling.
Bottoms up, brains on. Welcome to Quizplex here on Love Wrestling, your pro wrestling trivia charity show. My name is Zach Ralph. I will be your host.
This is God's gift to wrestling, Michael Richard Blaze.
Yeah, we are the Usos.
This is Rachel Ellering.
And we love wrestling.
And I love pro wrestling.
Hello.
Hello, Love Wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And you all know what that means.
Well, you better know by now. It's episode 235 of this thing.
I guarantee you there's like an 85% chance that's not an accurate number.
Hi, this is Shaz McKenzie.
This is Big Bad Boris.
This is the Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crow.
And I love pro wrestling.
And I love pro wrestling.
And I love wrestling.
If you're here, thanks for being here. It's for Exposure, Love Wrestling's Independent Weekend podcast, where we break down all the best happenings of the world of the independent wrestling side.
I'm Penta, I'm wrestling, and what?
Liza Hall.
I'm the alternative Anthony Green.
And I love pro wrestling.
And I love wrestling.
And I love wrestling. I love wrestling. And you know what? Penta Zero.
That's called scanning, kids. It is 8 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It is time for a excitingly fun, I hope, episode of Saturday Night Love. My name is Big Bad Boy.
I'm Big Ben Ortmans.
Hi, this is Smiley Patty Ray.
I'm Sky.
And I love wrestling.
And I love wrestling.
And I love pro wrestling.
Of course.
Hello, Love Wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week? The Rats lost!
If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey! The man with the finest beard on this screen. Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Watch and listen between two beards.
Hello, Love Wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And you hear the sultry tones of my voice right here. You hear it.
I hear it.
You hear it.
You
hear it. You love it.
I've been hearing it for years.
You love it.
I love
and
it.
you know what that means.
And I made it.
You did. You did. I hit that live button and you were not here. You were not here for episode number 270
technology
of Between Two Beards.
I had to give the old computer reboot like 2 or 3 times. I'm sitting here like, what the heck's going on, man?
You know, technology, man. Technology.
We got Dustin in the house. I was thinking about you the other day, Dustin, if you're in the chat. I need that Boston Anger video sent like the full, so I could play it on our social medias. I was looking for it the other day because.
Oh, you're gonna play it when I go on rants?
Yeah.
And I was trying to find just like the isolated video of it, and I think Dustin might. If he does not have it, I'll have to figure out a way to pull it up here.
That's fair. I want to give a shout out to Dustin because he makes my weekly scheduled graphic every week that I put out on the social medias, and he does a great job about it. And he's very good at it. And whenever I have, need something changed or do anything like that, he's a gem. He's the best. So.
Scott, we got Scott in the house as well.
Yeah.
Are we still? How are we feeling? Are we still okay after last week? You were pretty salty last week.
Listen, I'm still not, now, but now you get all the pieces that are coming out. So now it's, Shams is reporting that they hated each other and all this, and I'm just like, I don't have time for this. All right, they won a championship together. Jaylen Brown hasn't said jack shit about Jason Tatum at all.
Yeah.
And Tatum has at least come out and done the professional, whether he means it or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But Tatum has at least come out and done the professional, like, hey, man, we played together for 9 years. I loved him. We won a championship together. We went through hard times together. He's doing the typical whatever.
Yeah.
If you're a betting person, I might throw a small wager on Jason Tatum winning the MVP this year. Just maybe. Just maybe.
Yeah, you don't have time for all this Jaylen Brown nonsense. You got to get ready for the Paul George era.
I know. Listen, if this was Paul George 7 years ago, he would be like the perfect complementary player for Tatum. He's a much more complementary type player than the type of player Jaylen is.
Yeah.
But he's 36 and can't make it through 50 games.
Yeah, now
I mean, again, I'm still hoping that was part one of getting another decent guy in here. If Paul George is our third guy, I feel a lot better about that than having him. I love Derek White. I think Peyton Pritchard actually could be even better than he is if he gets more playing time, which I assume he will now. I like the pieces. I like Shireman. I like Ugo, which is why they didn't trade him. I like him. I like the Mike Conley signing, even though he's 50. I like him, veteran. Kevin Garnett is going to be on the coaching staff this year, which I think will be good for Kevin Garnett. Will get after
no Charmin soft bench players for you.
Correct, but that's what we need. We need a little bit of that shit. Scott, I love you, buddy, but Tatum is the far superior player. If you have to trade Tatum or Brown, you absolutely trade Brown. Tatum is literally first-team All-NBA every year, except last year because he didn't play. But the previous 3 years, he was – come on. When he's at his best, he's a top 5 to 7 guy. Jaylen Brown at his absolute best is, you're pushing 10 to 12, 8, 9 to 50, It is what it is. I still don't agree with it. I still don't like it. If you're going to trade him, you need to get a better return than that. That's really the two things that bother me the most is why would you trade him to your rival? Because that's stupid. And then B, you need to get a better return for that. You have to get a better return for that. If the return is not better than that, then you just simply don't make the trade. He's under contract for 3. You can trade him a month from now. You just don't make the trade if that's the trade. It's a bad trade. With that being said, I mean,
or you're trying to make it work to the trade deadline with some injuries and somebody gets desperate.
There was ways to go about it. You didn't have to do it now.
Yeah, we did.
You didn't have to do it now.
Did.
But
anyway, what's up, Dan? Dan Brown
in the
house.
I
keep seeing Dan posting all sorts of shows. Dude's making moves, man.
I fucking love it. That's what you got to do. If you got to make some moves.
Just out there, just straight out there, just getting all the gigs, Dan.
Yeah.
He'd trade Brown for Updog.
Listen, he was a second team All-NBA.
What's up, dog?
What's up, dog?
What's up, dog?
But yeah, so I was actually talking about this, and I don't know. I have a list of players that I would love to see the Celtics make a move for to kind of be Tatum's wingman. That are like superstar players, but not at the level of Tatum and not with the mentality that they think they're at the level of Tatum.
Yeah.
Devin Booker would be very high up on my list of guys who I feel like perennial all-star, great player, but but he's a slight level below Tatum, and he just doesn't seem like he makes a lot of noise. Like he seems like a company guy. You know what I mean? But yeah, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I
just wanted to check in on you, buddy.
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Once they start playing the games, which like the summer league, which they're not going to play, but like the summer league starts, like it's already
started. Yeah.
So like it's going to be preseason in like a month and a half, before we know it, and then, I stated my case for a long time, but I am excited to see what a Tatum-led, now that I said it last week, now that I think Tatum will have the freedom, because Tatum was amazing and he was a great all-around player, but he clearly didn't. They both did, but Tatum sacrificed a lot to make sure that everybody got theirs, including Jaylen Brown.
Ooh.
Now that Tatum's the guy, I'm very interested to see how that looks, because I think
National Sugar Cookie Day.
I love a good sugar cookie.
I love a good sugar cookie as well.
Who doesn't?
I didn't know that. I made sugar cookie dough the other day just to eat it. That's how fat I am, and how I was just like, yep.
You just ate the dough.
I'm just eating the shit. It was
they sell edible cookie dough now.
Yeah, I made an edible cookie dough myself.
Okay.
I'm very crafty.
In the kitchen?
In the kitchen, yeah.
You'd love to see it.
I can be, for sure. Especially when I'm like broke. Dude, I can make anything work.
I made a jar of peanut butter last a week once.
Hell yeah.
I spooned it for meals.
I get paid and I have money for like 2 days, and then I stretch the rest of the 2 weeks.
Well, that's what it is.
Nickel and
they pay you on Fridays.
Yep.
And then you go out and have a good time on Friday or Saturday, and then you go, oh fuck, I got $40 to last 6 days now. And then you just got to make it work.
Yep, that's right. Corey Michaels saying
20s.
More like cookie don't. Am I right? Hey,
True. Corey, good to see you, pal.
Good to see
you. Thanks for being here, man. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. That was my 20s. That was my 20s. Into my maybe a couple weeks ago. Who knows?
I was gonna say,
but
I'm still living.
Yeah, but you got kids. It's different for you. You got kids.
I'm still like, oh man,
you got 4 kids. All your money goes to kids. Yeah, everything you do, it goes to them.
I heard Mindy's Bakery has great sugar cookies, but they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, though.
Well, they might have opened early Tuesday for a special guest if he wanted it to be open, because we had a wild.
Do you think he called before we dive in? Do you think he calls them and it's like, hey, listen, here's the scoop. This is happening. Maybe like, is Mindy's Bakery getting all the details of what's going to happen on Monday Night Raw before the rest of the world? So
I'm going to say no.
So he calls. He's like, "Listen, I need a bag of muffins."
I'm going to say no.
He's like, "I know you're closed." Or do you think he just has the bags on deck?
I mean, he was home, so he probably just bought them. But earlier, a couple days later.
So he's got day old Sunday Mindy's muffins.
Muffins are okay. Muffins can last a few days. You don't want the day old like donuts or day old, but
that's what I'm asking. So it's
like a 2 day. It's like a 2 day cycle for.
Granted, CM Punk's not in the same boat that we are. Where like he has to worry about where his next paycheck is coming in from, and yada yada yada. But you think he's just buying muffins just for show, for the photo op?
I mean, he's been working out, so I assume he's not eating a ton of carbs.
I was gonna say, yeah, maybe those were show muffins. Maybe that was just like he's like.
I think no, those were frustration muffins. Clearly, he was very upset when he was eating those muffins.
What was he upset of? No, from the picture that he took in his fridge this week, he had a bag of Mindy's, and like Dan said, they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. Yeah, so he won the world champion. He won the world championship on Monday. That's what I'm saying. Does Mindy's know something that we don't?
Potentially.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna need you to either let me in on Monday. Maybe he's cool with the owner. Like, hey, Mindy, could you like throw me some muffins on Monday because I got this big deal going down on Raw, and then he has them for the photo op. Or if those, I'm just or he took the photo preemptively because he knew it was about to go down. I got to get to the bottom of this. Dan, you've opened.
Just reach out to Mindy's. They'll tell you.
Mindy's, if you're watching, which we know you are. By the way, Scott said that you should read Corey's stuff. He's fantastic. I don't disagree with that statement.
It's true. It's a true statement.
Mindy's Bakery and their sugar sheets are going to put Meltzer in the work order. Yeah, they got the sugar sheets. Meltzer's got the dirt sheets. Mindy's like, we know who's winning on Monday. We got the call. Well, we got the phone call.
Well, here's the thing. All right.
We got to go back to like before. So
are we diving in right now? Are we done talking the non-wrestling?
I don't know. What else is there in the non-wrestling sphere you want to talk about, unless you want to talk about the United States men's national team who sucked on Monday.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was a terrible performance.
That was real bad.
Terrible performance. That's the type of performance that gets everybody that was interested to not be interested anymore.
I was all excited too. I was like, we at least have a chance. I was just hoping it was going to be a game. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's my thing. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I am the most knowledgeable soccer fan in the world, but I do pay attention to soccer. I have paid attention for the majority of my life. Obviously, going into the game, we did not have Balogun. We get Balogun back. I'm not even going to talk about the controversy, but like we get him back, so it's like okay, he's the only guy that can really score, you know. But it was just brutal. It was that whole first 35 minutes of that game, they couldn't complete a pass.
They couldn't do anything.
Bad. And
well, the whole aura around, like you don't want to talk about the controversy, but the whole aura around the game, and then we do all that to get blown out, and it's
but
just
here's the thing. You see the thing that they rescind the card and Balogun's playing, and I'm like, hell yeah, all right, cool, that's great, all right, cool, because in my opinion, there was no intent on the play, so I don't think it should have been a red card. It should have been a yellow card.
Yeah, but then they set that weird. You can't.
But then Messi does the same thing 2 days later and doesn't even get anything.
Oh, I'm aware, but I will argue the point that you can't set that precedent that you've never set before.
No, but that's been done before.
But
it's been done before.
It's not a long time.
Then once you find, so they do that, and it's like, okay, whatever. Glad he's back, but whatever. And then it starts trickling out of like, oh, this person got in touch with it, and this
turns out we didn't even need Flo Balogun because we sucked.
No, and he was still the only guy that like reasonably played okay. One thing that I will say though is when I was being, I was excited that Balogun was coming back, so I said so on social media, and I had a couple people being like, oh, whatever, and I was like, dude, we're going to be underdogs with or without him. And like Belgium is not the Belgium they were 2 World Cup cycles ago. But when it compared to the United States of America, it's a different level of once you get to the final. That there's a reason why the United States can not always, but like most of the time get to the level of 16 and then they never get past it. It's because once you get to the level of 16, you're like with the This is a different level of team, and we're just not. We just not the investment of youth things for soccer and just money. We're just not there. And one thing I will say, I'm not going to get on his back like a lot of people have, but like, what an embarrassing performance from Pulisic. You're supposed to be the guy.
Came out today that he had a bone bruise and a microfracture. So other people say he's soft.
No, I'm not going to say he's soft. But that whole you're our best guy. You are the best guy we've ever produced. Literally the most talented, best guy we ever produced. And he had a complete nothing burger of a World Cup. Even in the games we were playing well. That first half of the first game, he played great. And then he got hurt. And then he was just – and again, if he's playing with a broken leg, that explains – some of it probably, duh. But like even his comments after the game, I didn't like. I'm not going to call him soft, but I think we need to. We need to transfer our. We care about this guy the most with him, and just go to Balogun. I think Balogun needs to be our guy moving forward.
We just need to find some guys. Period. Non-wrestling story. LeBron James is coming home. Yeah, Dan, you're gonna run that back.
Now, is that official?
He's just, I think Dan from Cleveland.
He's in the final. It's in the final. Cleveland.
If this was a radio show, if we were a radio show, we'd be like, Dan from Cleveland's on the line again, spouting about how LeBron's coming home again.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, Dan, let it to rest. And then the one day that it happens, Dan's like, I'm vindicated.
Yeah.
So that's essentially what's going down here.
Yeah.
Maybe he should. I don't know what he should do. I think he should go to the Sixers.
The Sixers?
I think so. Why not? Just
I don't even think that's a possibility.
Yeah, it is. How's it not a possibility? If he's willing to sign for the vet minimum, which you could sign vet minimums, you don't have to, he signs for the vet minimum and then he plays the 4. I think it sounds wonderful.
I mean, at that rate, he should just come to the Boston Celtics.
But now without Jaylen Brown, why would he want to come to the Boston Celtics?
It would be him, Tatum. That's nice.
Him and Tatum is nice, but, you, Maxey.
Paul George? Yeah, but those are young guys. They're going to be like, what's this old guy here taking up?
Maxey, Edgecombe, Jalen, LeBron, Embiid. That's a pretty good 5, dude.
Yeah, it is.
That's a pretty good 5. I tried. Listen, shout anybody that plays 2K that creates rosters. I tried to find an updated roster so I could run that simulation just to talk about it, and I couldn't find one yet. And I'm not smart enough to do that.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not smart enough to figure out how to create a whole roster and do all this. I can like make rosters with trades and stuff, but I can't create. I'm not smart enough for that.
You're not smart enough to create?
No, not like full blown like whole rosters and updated and moving everything.
Oh,
I can't do all that. I ain't got time for that.
It's fair. It's fair.
He already went back to Cleveland. Fernando said, yeah, he did, but it would be a storybook.
Yeah, it would be a nice story. Yeah. Yeah. For him to like end his career. I understand he already went back there, but that's where he's from.
He came back, won him a chip. He rides off into the sunset as it's a pretty poetic ending to a polarizing Hall of Fame top 2 career of all time.
I think he's firmly 2.
Yeah.
Firm.
So, but if he wants to which even saying going back to Cleveland, it's not bad for him because, I mean, they got plenty of pieces that they could contend. I mean, they were just in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Granted, they put up a nothing burger against the Knicks there, but I mean, with LeBron, maybe that changes.
Maybe
he's looking old, dude.
He is old. I mean, not in basketball years.
In basketball, but I mean, just like he was.
He's our age.
I know, but they showed some video of him the other day, and I was like, Jesus, where did that? What? Oh, wow! Like, where did my childhood go? Not my childhood, because he was in the NBA in my 20s. I guess where did my youth go? I should say.
Yeah, he's been in the league since I remember that I was a senior in high school, and he was on ESPN magazine. I went, that's nice. As a senior in high school, and I was like, that's nice. That's nice. We're the same age. That's good. That's good. So that's good. That's good for him.
He's 42, and I'm like, what kind of stuff can I find in the back of my fridge to just make a cheat meal?
Yeah.
Look, he's like, I have billions of dollars.
Yeah, the longevity and to be that obviously he's not at the peak as he was unstoppable, but to be that consistently good for that long, because he's still good. Like he's still a good player. To be that consistently good for that long, that I will never. That's the thing I give him the most praise for. I don't think he's necessarily. I wouldn't look at him and say that's a winning player, because I think he needed a lot of help to win.
Wow.
But
I think you're just salty.
I think he's lost more finals than he's won. So
I don't know. Jordan needed help. Bird needed help. Magic needed help.
Well, Jordan never lost,
but they still needed help to win. He didn't get there. But he didn't get there without help.
Correct, but he didn't have to go rile buddies and go travel somewhere to win.
I mean, he did try to do that. He did try to do that in Washington.
Yeah, but he didn't have to do that. He didn't go, "Hey, pal, why don't you come with me here and we can form a super team?" Jordan was like,
I just think the argument that he needed help, every championship winning team needed help. Kobe and Shaq needed help. They needed each other. They went out and got Shaq. You know, you know what I'm saying? Every champion, the Knicks needed help.
Yeah, but I get it.
The Celtics needed help.
They drafted those guys.
They didn't draft Al Horford.
No,
they didn't draft Kevin Garnett. They didn't draft. But I'm saying they needed help.
Yes. Again,
if Michael Jordan played in today's era, he absolutely 1000% would buddy up with somebody to win, because that's the league. That's how the league is. That's what they want. That's all we talked about for the last 2 weeks was free agency, this and every moving and shaking of this and all. Yeah. That's what they want. They don't want you to sit on the same team for 10 years like the old 80s basketball in the 90s. They want you moving. They want people. That's what they're trying to get back to one star a team, because for some reason Adam Silver's money. It's about money, yeah, because you want to be able to say I've got a star at each city. It's an attraction, but the league's all about this is the whole league, man.
But the whole money part of it is they
recruited Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, Sullivan. That's what I'm saying. Jesus Christ, it's like, what the hell? I didn't know you.
I'm not going hard. I'm not going hard for LeBron. Gross. I'm going hard for the narrative that
But it's a true narrative. He was a loser until he buddied up with his friends.
Everybody in this era is doing that currently. Who's not doing it?
I don't think Oklahoma City did it. I don't think Denver
did it. They will.
Denver didn't do it with Jokic. They didn't do it.
They went out.
San Antonio didn't do it.
Not yet.
They're
gonna have to.
Yes. Oklahoma City will have to at some point too.
At some point,
I agree with you. That's the way the league is going.
Kyrie,
I'm just saying,
James Harden, Donovan Mitchell.
But you're talking now.
Doing it.
When LeBron did this was 12 years ago. This was not, the league was not there yet.
The Celtics traded for. They got Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett. They didn't build that team within and drafted all those 100%, guys. 100%. The Lakers didn't draft all those guys.
The Lakers
went out and got Steve Nash and Karl Malone,
but they didn't win with those guys.
But I'm saying, but everybody's doing it, and you're just like, oh, he needed help. Every champion from the existence of time needed help.
Listen.
There's not one man that absolutely won a title by himself. It doesn't work like that in basketball.
I get that. I'm just saying there's a difference between the way that
Warriors
LeBron
went out and
did
do it. Steph went out and got Kevin fucking Durant.
Well, but that was
a 73-win team. Don't tell me no.
That was different. They had
How is that different?
Because they had won twice already.
They won 73 games and went out and got KD, but they still went out and did it.
Well, that's more on Durant being a pussy and not wanting his own team.
The Raptors went out and got Kawhi. Everybody.
They had nobody else.
But everybody does it. They had Pascal Siakam, who's an all-star.
Please. Yes, but those guys.
I get it. Everybody lives in this.
I literally just said he's the second greatest basketball player to ever live.
But you also called him not a winning basketball player.
I don't consider him. I think Steph Curry is a more winning basketball player.
I think that's just pure. That's just being a hater. I think that's just hater.
But I'm telling you right now, Steph Curry is a better winning basketball player than LeBron James.
But to say that LeBron is not a winning basketball player, you didn't say, "Oh, I have guys that are better than him." You said he's just not a winner.
I said I wouldn't categorize the longevity.
No, you said not a winner.
I said I wouldn't. I wouldn't clarify him as a
because he needed help. Steph needed help.
Steph won
those
with the team that was, but they won with the team they were drafted. They drafted Klay Thompson. They drafted Draymond Green. They drafted Steph Curry, and they won 2 ships. And then Kevin Durant was like,
pretty sure
I don't want to go be on my own team.
Sure, if I went and looked at that roster, they made some deals and got some people. That Sean Livingston, they didn't draft him. Andrew Bogut, they didn't draft him.
Those guys were not essential to what they were doing. They were role players. Kevin Durant was different.
There's outliers, but at the same time,
Maria, stop that. Literally changed the way basketball was played forever. The greatest shooter in the history of the league. 4 champion. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I just hate that basketball narrative because it's the eras that you play in now. They're just different. You can't compare them. And Jordan Jordan is an all-time. I get it. I'm not saying he's not the GOAT, but I also know that it wasn't exactly this just fairy tale, like he was perfect narrative that everybody spews. He had help. He did some things. LeBron did something. Everybody, if Jordan played today, he'd be chasing those fucking rings too. He you know what I'm saying? We don't talk about Bill Russell and his 11 championships.
Well, no, because Bill Russell. Well, you should. There people.
We
Bill
should.
Russell as a top. Yeah. Nobody gives Bill Russell the. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're going to just go 6-0 in the finals, that's all the argument. That's all we need in the argument that makes him the all-time greatest winning player. Okay, he only made 6. Why didn't he make more?
Because he got kicked out of the league for 2 years for gambling, but they pretended that he went to play baseball
right,
for his
right,
dad.
right. But nobody talks about it, right? Nobody brings that up.
That's why. They would have won 8 in a row and matched the Celtics. 100% they would have won. Those Rockets teams
honestly,
wouldn't have beat them.
and if you think about it right now, too, like we've had 8 different champions over the last 8 years. This league is no longer a dynasty league. It's impossible. Like everybody thought it was a foregone conclusion that the Oklahoma City Thunder were going to win this year when they started the season 25-1, right? And look what happened.
Yeah,
like it's just the nature of this league now is not dynasty built, and I just think it's crazy that we're like the guy's not a winner. Well, okay. That's your opinion. You're allowed to have it, and I respect you for having it. I just think that's not a great take.
Okay.
Like if you think he's not a winner, like all right, come on.
I think he's a great player who's been great for a very, very long
made
time.
the NBA Finals like 9 straight years. Yeah. That's a winner. That's a winner.
You know, you'd like him to win more than he lost.
You would, but you know what? There's thousands of players that haven't even been there, done that.
I agree. I fully agree.
So I mean, if Magic should have won more than he did, then why didn't Kareem win more? They were the better teams.
No,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is considered one of the top 3 players of all time. Why didn't he win more?
Well, but when he was with Magic, he was still great, but he was on the tail end of his career. You don't take those other elements into perspective when you say that.
But Wilt Chamberlain, one of the greatest of all time, why didn't he win more?
Again, because he wasn't a winning basketball player. Great player, but not a winning basketball player.
But if Kareem is so good, why didn't he win more before Magic? He needed help. They drafted him, but he needed help.
View Kareem as and Kareem is an all-time great player because he is.
Why didn't Larry and them Celtics win more?
Because they had to go against fucking Magic and the Lakers a few times.
I mean,
it was tough.
I mean, it's
the league was way more
for sure
different back then. It was more heavyweight battle. It was a little bit different.
It was different. But I'm just saying, like over the course of the history of basketball, there's outliers to so many things that we could sit there and go like,
Yeah, I didn't know you were gonna be a LeBron lover here.
I do love LeBron James in the sense that I think he gets a bad rap on a lot of things.
I can tell.
But as a basketball fan who's watched the sport my entire life, I just don't buy into this narrative that like who in the right mind at 25 years old wouldn't take $150 million to go play basketball in Miami with their friends, right? Like, come on. And then to just say that like, oh, well, he's like, teams have been doing this. My Rockets did it. Charles Barkley famously flames LeBron for ring chasing. Yet he linked up with
LeBron did though. He did.
But listen, let me finish. Charles Barkley, he went ring chase with Houston when he linked up with Olajuwon and Drexler.
When he was 40 years
old. Does it matter? Does not matter.
Yes, it does. No. LeBron was in the peak
you can't flame a guy for making.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
So, are you telling me right now, if you had the greatest basketball player of all time, you wouldn't want him to make the moves to make the team win? You wouldn't want to gap. You would like if you were the Warriors, you don't go sign. You're not signing Durant when they signed him.
They did what they were supposed to do. Yeah. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Like LeBron's just doing what he's supposed to do.
Again, no, but when it comes to Durant and LeBron, they were in the prime of their careers. Their mentality should be, I'm going to go to a team and do my own thing.
But that's not the league. That's not the league that we, the fans, have said. That's not the precedent. We're telling these guys that if you don't
I'm not telling them that. I fucking hate how the league is run.
Well, then you need to start with that because that's how the overall census is. Listen, Victor Wembanyama lost This year. He's out of the GOAT conversation. He's out because he lost.
For now?
No, he's out. He lost. You guys 6-0. 6-0. 6-0.
First of all, I don't think anybody playing nowadays, no matter what the fuck they do, is ever going to be better than Michael Jordan.
If he wins 7 ships and if he rattles off 7, we're not going to go.
I mean, then obviously if he matches them, yeah,
no, that's
okay. You're talking to somebody who used to argue with people all the time about the quarterback of my football team for a long time because they said, "Oh, you lost 3 Super Bowls," and I'm like, "Oh, you're penalizing him from going to 10."
But that's
we're going to penalize.
What I'm fucking saying, and you're telling me LeBron's not a winner. He went to 10 finals.
Yes, but
we're penalizing him for losing.
I'm not penalizing him.
He won 4 in an era where it's hard to do that. When's the last NBA?
The Warriors.
The Warriors. They done that, but that was, but we're looking at that now. That was 8 years ago.
Yeah, I get it.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with I don't disagree. I don't think people that say Joe Montana's the best quarterback are right either. I don't believe, but they do the 4-0. But they do the 4-0. I'm with you.
Okay, and that was.
But I don't say Tom Brady's not a winning quarterback.
Well, because you can't. There's no because Tom Brady didn't go. It's just not. It's irrefutable. And football's a little bit different. Like Tom Brady can't go call people and go, "Hey, come here."
He probably could.
I mean, at that level,
he's Tom Brady.
He could.
The game recognizes game. I don't know what Grainmaker's talking about here. Who's game? I don't know. I'm not carrying his job. I'm carrying the idea that we're telling players that you shouldn't put yourself in the best possible scenario to win.
Okay, that's fine. If you want to do that, that's fine. But your legacy is going to take a hit for that. Sorry. In my eyes, your legacy is going to take a hit because
Jordan didn't win anything until Pippen got there. They didn't really.
But that was a
actually they traded for him. He was drafted by the Sonics.
Okay, but he was a rookie.
I understand, it's not the same. But it was a different.
It's not
league.
like Jordan went, all right, I've lost 4. I've been in the championship twice now, and I've lost because I've underperformed in those series.
I can't imagine the entire Bulls roster was all drafted.
No, of course not. But again, it's not the same, dude. You can't look. He had him and Pippen. That was it. And then Steve Kerr was a role player. Tony Kukoc was a role player.
And they had the best coach in the league.
Okay, well, okay.
They had the best coach in the league. They ended up.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just saying it's a good organization.
LeBron won, he had Pat Riley pulling the fucking strings. The greatest.
Sure, I don't dispute that.
But what is a coach? First of all, in most sports, the coach is the most overrated thing. The players play. I just think again, it's eras. It's a different era, but I just think it's just.
Listen, right now, I swear to God, if Michael Jordan was in the league, he'd be on the fucking Charlotte Hornets trying to
and guess what? He'd still be. The Charlotte Hornets wouldn't be a walk-in tournament team. They'd be a fucking 3 seed. Because he's Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan was in the league now with the way they don't allow you to play defense, he'd be averaging 50 a game, dude.
He'd be would he be as hard-nosed as he was then as he is?
Yes. Yes.
Growing up in this area is a little different.
No. Well, then that's yes. No.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
There's puddles. That's the one thing that has made me the most, and we got to talk about wrestling because there's a huge fucking wrestling league. But the one thing that has irritated me the most about the Jaylen Brown thing a week later, again, is all the stories of I understand that you're a pro basketball player. It's a business. Pro sports are a business. Sometimes your name is going to get floated out in trade discussions. For these players currently in this generation to get so fucking butthurt
I don't know.
that God forbid your name is thrown. No, it's not
thrown out in rumors. They were the finalists for Giannis.
Listen,
an aging Giannis who's
the front office. I am on record numerous times saying I would not have done that trade. But
you also were on the record of saying that if
Giannis would be one of the few names I'd at least be
that was the only
let's
name.
See how it goes.
I'll have to check the tape.
But it's the front office's job to do what's best for the team. And if the front office thinks throwing you in trade discussions or moving you is what's best for the team. That's just part of the business. And it's okay to have your feelings hurt. Duh, we're human. But just like they get like to the point where you're like, I don't want to be here anymore. You're like, fucking grow up. You're 30. You're 28 years old, buddy. Relax. You're like the third highest paid player in the fucking league. Shut up.
At the time, he was the first.
Yeah, we took your third overall. We built the whole team around you and this other guy. You won a championship because we surrounded you with veteran stud players because you two couldn't win it on your own because you are part of a soft young generation that can't win things on their own, which is why the league is dog shit, even though it's the most talented it's probably ever been. It's dog shit. Because nobody can do anything because there's like 3 guys in the league that actually care about winning. Anthony Edwards, Wemby, and Jalen Brunson. They're like the only 3 guys I can see that's the most important thing. Everyone else is like, what's my image like? What's this? Oh, my brand. Oh, I need to have my friends with me. I want to play with my friends. Shut the fuck up and play. Jesus Christ. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. It is so annoying. Your name they thought about trading you. Whoop-de-doo. Now you need to play on a different team now, you baby? Please.
We haven't done it in a while.
It's all right. I'm not angry, but that's about it. It's just annoying, dude.
I don't even.
I mean, it's got to be there unless you deleted it. I'm not yelling anymore, though, so I don't think it makes sense, but.
Live from the land of chowder and penny.
I'm playing just the background, so
it's just unbelievable.
It's just a different league, and that's all I'm saying is I think like we're mad about the wrong thing. That's all. I just think like LeBron gets a bad rap, and no player. I mean, Kobe wanted out of LA at one point, right? Like he was like a foot in the door to Dallas or Chicago a couple of times. Like it's just the league these days. Those two couldn't get along. They should have 8 championships. They should be
Kobe and Shaq absolutely should have been.
But they couldn't get along. It's just the nature of the beast. Anyway, professional wrestling is why we're here. Are you mad about anything that happened this week in professional wrestling?
No, I'm not, and I don't. All right. I will preface that. I wouldn't say mad, but obviously I would have liked Sami to have gotten a longer run as champion.
The 9 days?
Yeah. He didn't really get to,
When you were watching Raw on Monday.
I'm going to say, because everybody coming into the weekend, it was Cody and Sami on Raw in Chicago.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of us were like, Cody's going to fucking beat him for the title, and then Punk's going to come back for a face-to-face, and it's going to be Punk and Cody. I think that's what most of us thought would happen potentially. And then Monday night happens.
I thought we were going to get a triple threat.
Okay. But then, and then Monday night happens. Maybe we still will.
Well, here's the thing. When we're watching, so they kicked off Raw with like Gunther beating the absolute piss out of Cody, right?
Power bombs him through a table.
Just destroys him out and backstage. Doesn't even make it to the arena. Then they ship Cody off to medical. He gets looked at, and then the whole night I'm thinking he's showing up in that main event. He's still gonna. It's Cody Rhodes, right? He's not gonna give up a title opportunity. Oh, and Pierce is like, "You're injured. You got to go to the hospital. I need you." Blah 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 blah. And then he just didn't show up. And then I still thought he might show up and bust up this main event. So I'd still held out hope that Samuel Zayn there was going to get at least, 10 days, double digits as the champion. He might get to Friday because he was trying to get them to just do the match on Friday and we'll figure it out Friday. And Pierce was like, fuck you, we're doing it tonight. And when they did that, we're like, it was the worst kept secret wrestling that when, Charles Punk was coming back. I couldn't think of a good.
Well, I think
I wanted to say Mason, but that's already
Montgomery.
It's Montgomery. There you go.
I think we all knew that Punk was coming back on Monday.
Chicago,
but it was just
for a while.
It was just the way that they were going to do it. Like I assumed, because the rumor had been that they were kind of queuing up Punk and Cody for SummerSlam potentially, and it was like, okay. And then you heard the rumors a little while back that Punk was going to come back and be on SmackDown and all this. And it's like, all right, Punk and Cody, they teased it the night after Mania. And that's when Punk was last seen, some 80 days ago or whatever. So they're doing whatever. And then you get the attack, like you said. Then Cody's in the back getting checked by the doctor. The doctor says, I can't clear him, but if we take him to the hospital, blah, blah. And Cody's like, I'm fine. And Pierce is like, you're not fine. Go to the hospital.
Yeah, get out of here, kid. Go get checked out.
A little bit later, Sammy's getting interviewed in the back, and he's officially told, and we're all officially told, that Cody's unable to compete, not cleared. Sammy's smiling like, haha, I got away with one. I don't have to defend the title. And that's when Pierce goes, no, we promised these people a world title match tonight. They're going to get one, and your opponent is in the building. And at that moment, well, actually a little bit before, I actually threw on the social media, I was like, wait a minute. Is CM Punk going to win the world title tonight? With a question mark, because I didn't think that was a possibility going into the. I thought he was just going to come back.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was just going to show up and be in a world title match and
well,
win it.
When they just say that decision, I was like, oh, remember like when CM Punk was like, I'll be ready for when a championship opportunity falls out the sky.
That's fair.
In that promo with Cody, and I was like, and that's where I go, okay, he's going to come back. He's going to get the shot with Sammy, but Cody's coming back, right? Like Cody's going to show up heroically, gets doctor's orders, and get involved in this main event somehow. And it just never happened. Now, again, I want to say what you said. I wanted to see Sami Zayn have a longer run here. I didn't think he needed like anything crazy long, but I thought, hell, get the guy to SummerSlam at least, right? Like we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, like you said, we could triple thread it. But no, then I don't know. I saw a mixed bag of reactions to this. I saw a lot of people that were like, fuck Sami Zayn, he sucks anyway. It was this was inevitable. And then I saw a bunch of people being like, damn, CM Punk is now Hulk Hogan.
I'm getting sick and tired of the Hogan stuff. The Becky Hogan, CM Hogan.
Yeah. And
I'm getting tired of that scenario. Like, I understand it. I don't know. I didn't, me watching it, I thought it was a big time deal. I thought that match was excellent. I thought it was so good. And yeah, I don't know. Besides being bummed that Sammy didn't get a longer reign, and yeah, exactly. Like he didn't get one victory. Like it was a very short, he didn't do shit.
He didn't even get one PLE. No.
No.
He got just, and I understand that everybody and their mother is like, this is what they wanted. We all knew it was going to be Punk Cody at WrestleMania. This is what they've been planning this whole time. They based this plan off of just one line. And he was like, championship opportunity. I'll be ready when it falls from the sky. There was no like build to this. So that Sammy, the moment at Night of Champions just becomes that. It was just a moment. It was just to get the pop. Not saying Sammy doesn't deserve a world championship. He absolutely did. The dude makes the best out of everything he's given at all times. It was like a lifetime achievement award thing. Mm-hmm. I do think this now opens up an interesting like dynamic. I don't know if you saw that interview kind of thing he did post backstage.
Yeah, very good.
After losing it. So maybe we're going to get kind of like an unhinged Sammy. You know, maybe there's still a way, like, because the fans will, if the fans want it bad enough, we could will Sami Zayn into that match at SummerSlam and do some triple threat style situation a la, you know, like Daniel Bryan a couple years back. Because now we have to decide, is Cody going to be the face of this? Is Punk going to be the heel? Is Punk going to lean into all of the, you know, kind of hypocritical things that people are throwing out there? Like, you know, there was a lot of people being like, if this is 2014, CM Punk would have walked out if it happened to him.
I mean, that part of it,
you know, so maybe we lean into that as in a story, and he's just like, you know, he's like, fuck it. I'm not going to let opportunities at this age and stage in my career go to waste, and I'm not going to listen to that noise. I'm going to take what I can get. What would you do?
I mean, Cody should turn heel.
Okay.
Cody's stale. He's still over, but He's stale. I would say that the championship reign he just had wasn't that exciting of a reign. Wasn't that intriguing, wasn't that exciting. The thing with Randy at Mania should have been better. I just feel like Cody needs a shift of character. Now,
we'll find out tomorrow how he feels, I imagine.
Yeah, I would assume they're both going to be on SmackDown tomorrow.
Because if you think about it, who's he mad at? Gunther's the one that beat his ass.
Yeah.
CM Punk just took an opportunity that was there, not because unless we find out that CM Punk took some of that Mindy's money and paid Gunther to attack Cody, but that doesn't make no sense. But
no,
that would be at least intriguing.
But that would also be a good reason for.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Pluggo. Love my life. How are you, honey? What do you think about Cody Rhodes and CM Punk? She always has very interesting takes on the wrestler.
But wouldn't it be like a prototypical heel to be angry at CM Punk because of what happened, and then that's how you turn heel, is you're just like fucking bitter and jealous? And I just feel like if it were me, if I were in charge, I would have Cody turn heel. If you're asking me what I think they're gonna do, I would think that they might turn Punk heel.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a mistake.
Punk coming back.
Listen, I wouldn't be a mistake. CM Punk would be great because he's a great heel.
CM Punk is cuter than Cody Rhodes. Do you agree or disagree?
Fair enough.
If you were sitting at the bar and Cody was at one end and Punk's at the other.
Well, look, Cody's. For me, I'm probably going to the tattooed, more Punk, Okay.
I have a certain. Cody's got the neck.
Yeah, not great.
You see that guy, you're just like, that was a choice.
But Cody would be in a suit. He'd have the hair perfect, and I'd be like, all right, I get it. I get why that's an attraction there, but that's a little too pretty for me.
Fair enough.
Fair
enough. New era is upon us in Beards where we talk about the cuteness of the wrestlers.
We've done that before.
Just strictly, that's going to be the show. We're just like, that CM Punk was looking. He was looking good, by the way.
He was in shape. Good. He was good looking. Yeah, he had the slightly different hair. Almost a middle part.
Yeah. So Cody turning heel.
That's what I would do personally. What would you do? Would you have Punk go heel? What?
Listen, Punk's an amazing heel. Don't get me wrong.
But here's the thing. Cody would be a good heel too.
But I also in this scenario, I don't know who's the heel. Like all CM Punk did in theory was Adam. This is how they presented it to us. Adam Pearce.
But I don't think right now there is a heel. I think a heel is just going to come out of this.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
And it should be Cody.
Right now, there's no beef. I guess I'm assuming, I haven't seen anything. Like you said, I'm assuming they're gonna have a face-to-face on Friday, tomorrow. I would imagine.
My thought process would be the heel turn happens at SummerSlam.
Unless you want Sammy to just be the deranged heel and weasels his way into this thing.
Well, I do think a triple threat match at SummerSlam is still a possibility because I don't think either Punk or Cody is going to turn heel until SummerSlam or after SummerSlam. So I could see Sammy being the heel while Cody and Punk are still the whatever,
Yeah.
And then SummerSlam happens, and then we get.
They could just both be heels. Shout out to Blair, the Grainmaker Wrestling Pod, the podcasting guy on my weekend side piece. There you go. He was like, he just texted me. He's like, you don't hype me up? I was like, sorry, dude.
Yeah, what the fuck, bro?
He's like, you hype up Mrs. Pluggo? Well, there's some things that Mrs. Pluggo does that Blair doesn't do. But
well, what the hell?
Sorry, Blair. Blair Pacheco. I don't know. Is there a way they don't do it. There's I shouldn't have to. You're right. You shouldn't have to ask, honey, and I'll be better. I'll be better next time. I never get anything right for the first time. Is there a way that you could just have two guys who are just vying for the top spot, right? Like this is just two guys that are at the top of their game. Like, do we need super heelish shit to happen on the road to SummerSlam?
I don't think it's going to happen on the road to SummerSlam. Because it's going to happen from SummerSlam to Mania, though.
Because you look at Roman and Punk's their road to Mania, in that they didn't they both kind of just started off being them, and then Roman kind of called Punk old, and then he was being more heelish, but people were loving it. I don't think if CM Punk goes heel, people are going to boo that because they're going to eat it up because it's what he does.
Which is why Cody should, but people will boo Cody.
So how do we get there? What's the moment? What's the move that we get Cody Rhodes to turn heel in this SummerSlam build-up?
I don't know.
I don't know where we get there. Unless like Cody just beats maybe it's Cody and Sami. Again, Cody's mad at Gunther. Gunther told us too on Monday that he's going to get involved with Sami's now his problem. Now, listen, I also want to circle all the way back and say, if we're bitching and moaning as the IWC that the WWE doesn't give us these type of like moments and they do this like because everything's predictable, I didn't expect this on Monday. I didn't expect Sami to win last week. I think they are doing some things that are unpredictable. So I think we can't complain about sitting here right now as you and I talking about, well, what's the next move? Because I don't know. And I'm glad to say I have no idea. I'm sure there's smarter people out there that have an idea, but I'm trying to figure that out. Like, who's going to be the one that turns? And Cody could legitimately just finally just be like, dude, I've been busting my ass. I've been everything I do. I show up to work. I get sent to the hospital. Yep. You know, I'm kind of sick of being the just happy-go-lucky guy. He could do that. And that'd be a different take. That'd be a breath of a little fresh air, but he is their golden boy, dude. He's pre-prints money. Does heel Cody Rhodes print money?
No, but I mean, with Punk, I mean, they have other Roman prints money, Punk prints money, Danhausen prints money. They have other people that print money, and I still think, obviously, we know how the current fan base is. I do think it'll be Cody would garner more negative reaction as a heel than Punk would. I think, and now Punk is great, so Punk would get the people to turn on him a little bit because he's just a great heel.
Yeah, he'd figure out a way.
He's just unbelievable.
Scott says have Sami expose him for being a politician.
Sami? Like have Sami expose Cody?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's ways you can do it.
Oh, there's politics.
I just think I look at it and I'm like, well, one of these two guys needs to turn heel. Not needs, but like at some point will.
Yeah.
Either of them can do it, but I just feel like Cody should be the one.
It's not been made official. I think that's just the assumption. It'll be Cody and Punk at SummerSlam. So like I said, I think there's still some stuff to be hashed out tomorrow. I think you are going to see that kind of uprising a little bit, maybe not to the Daniel Bryan levels of like taking over the shows, but I think you're going to see a lot of people still thinking like we want Sami. Sami deserves, a shot here because he only got 9 days. He did just lose to CM Punk, and he has a legitimate gripe saying like, hey, I showed up Monday night. I prepared for Cody Rhodes. And I get it as champ. I got to be ready for all comers, but you kind of threw a match at me. CM Punk never loses in Chicago if he wanted to bring it. There's a legitimate gripe on Sami's end too, and I can't imagine he's not going to get an opportunity in this whole mix. Maybe we get Cody and Sami, winner gets Punk at SummerSlam at some point, and we could do it that way. Because Cody at this point he's not turning heel, so he'll fight anybody. But then you got Gunther. So SmackDown all of a sudden has Punk, Gunther, Cody, Sami. That's not a bad top of the card there. I'll miss Punk on Monday nights though,
Yeah, for sure.
It was cool. Like it was a good moment. It was fun. I sat there and I listened to everybody bitch and moan, and I know that we have this unique situation this week where AEW did something similar, but I think AEW, at least on that end, they told more of a story than kind of like Punk just said. Punk just said one line, and that's where we went with it. And they're backfilling everything. They've been telling the Kenny story for a while. Not to say that one's better than the other. I'm not doing that. I saw everybody being like, and I don't know, man. I mean, you can't make nobody happy. So they do the predictable route, and everybody gets mad that they did the predictable route. and then they do an unpredictable thing, and everybody's like, "What the hell?" And the Oba stuff, I still maintain the Oba stuff, the King of the Ring stuff. That was a stupid decision. I don't think that you told us a whole bunch of BS and then just changed the script at the end there. This stuff, at least, like, there was no like precedent set. World champions can lose on the drop of a hat at any time. I can't, that's how they booked it. That's how they booked it. But, to take stipulations and manipulate them and twist them, that's a different scenario.
Yeah, no,
not the same.
I have no problem with what happened on Monday. World titles changed hands on when we were younger. It wasn't an all the time thing, obviously, but world titles changed hands on the TV show more often than they do now. I'm sure.
And I'm sitting there 3 times in the past 10 days going, holy shit, at the end of a show.
Yeah.
I jumped out of my seat when Sami won. I was in bed when Punk won, but I got up and was like, oh wow, they did that to Sami. And then Kenny, it's just like, why are we complaining about that being a bad thing? I don't know. It's a weird, because here's the thing, guys. There's no right or wrong answer. Wrestling is subjective. There's no right length for a title reign or wrong length for a title reign. It's all script. It's all written. They could come out Friday and have Punk lose if they wanted.
Correct.
They won't, but they could.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I thought that was the right. I don't say right call like 100%, like I was 100% in on it, but I'm not mad about it.
No, I'm not.
I think based on, especially given the stuff Sami said at the end of that show in that promo backstage, I think there's a really fun thing you could do with him. You could just go on this like weird like revenge tour Sami thing, or like just he's gonna get a shot. So we're gonna get that match. What's left? There's the Saturday night's main event.
Saturday night's main event at MSG is at the end of the month, and then a week later is SummerSlam. And I mean, I would assume that Sami will be involved. Yeah, he will get a rematch at one of those. He'll be involved in that stuff. Cody's going to be involved in that, and we'll kind of see where it goes. I mean, Kevin Owens even posted a cryptic tweet this week right after Sami lost, so people are thinking that maybe he's been showing up. He was at an NXT meet and greet before the PLE last week. People are thinking maybe he's around because he's going to be around again soon. I'm not going to say I know, I clearly don't know anything, but like that could be a fun wrinkle to the story of.
I kept seeing people thinking it was going to be Kevin.
That would have been awesome.
Like, we're going to do Kevin and Sami because, like you said, I think a lot of us didn't think they would at the mall, like at the beginning before the show, like they were going to interject Punk into the title match. He was just going to show up.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine if they did Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Punk shows up at the end?
Yeah, that'd have been awesome.
That'd have been crazy. And listen, like for Sami too, like everybody wants to reach the top of the mountain. He finally reached the top of the mountain. He realized how damn hard it is to stay at the top of the mountain. That motivates people in a whole nother way. He's going to want to get back. So I think he'll be fine. I think Sami's going to be okay.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
I know that we're sad here in Canada. We've had our Canadian flags at half mast at Spencer Love headquarters because Sami lost.
Wasn't the only title change on Raw.
Oh, yeah.
Maxine Dupree.
Yeah, my girl.
Aligned herself with Austin Theory in the Vision. She uppercutted Angelo Dawkins right in the nether regions.
Blush.
It was a good one. Looked fully connected.
Poor Dawkins, dude.
And the Vision, once again, Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, tag team champions, as Maxine has joined the group. Yeah. So that the Street Profits title reign, 13 days.
Yeah, and
so 2 quick title reigns that both ended on Monday night.
How do we feel about that? They just started heating the Street Profits back up again, getting them in. They're hanging out with Seth. They main evented the Saturday night's main event that I was at. They're main event and shows being at major angles, and then whoop, title's gone. There's more to that though too. If you think about it, if you deep dive a little further, Paul Heyman right before the title match was like, bring me back something worthy of me or don't come back at all, because there's still this like weird, like, is division a thing? Is Paul involved because he's hanging out with Brock? And then you get Maxine involved, which I thought Maxine, when she was doing her stuff with Becky, I thought she really showed some stuff, and I thought they really had something there. This will be a nice little wrinkle for her. Braun Breaker's a world champion again, or tag team champion again.
And then after the match, they're all in the back trying to like show Mr. Heyman, show Paul like, hey, look what we did. And he's like, well, at least one of you did something right. And they look at him and he's like, I'm talking about her.
Man, they were like, thanks. And he's like, I'm talking about her. And I was like,
yeah.
I thought that was weird, right? Like, what do you mean they won the tag titles?
Yeah. And then they leave, and Logan Paul's just like, he's got to be kidding, right? He's just got to be kidding, right? He's just joking, right? He's not being serious, right? He's not being serious. Logan Paul's just like, what the fuck, man? So that I thought, you end the vision? I thought Bronson Reed was going to come back and help him win the titles.
Yeah. Would you end this thing? Would you just
now you just added Maxine Dupree. Now it's a whole different. You got to see
but
how
would
that
you
goes.
but would you end the Paul Heyman involvement, or is he going to stay involved, or is he just not giving them the time of day because he's giving Brock all his attention?
Here's the thing: after a month away from now, after SummerSlam, Paul's not going to have Brock anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Right?
So what's Paul going to do?
But then by that point, if you're Austin Theory and you're Bronson Reed and you're Logan Paul and you're Maxine Dupree, you're like, hey, man, you haven't really been around for a month. We're a different group now.
It's fair.
Then what does Paul do? He links up with Obafemi.
Oh, boy. I don't think he needs to. I don't think he needs to.
They haven't been teasing it, but he keeps saying things like, oh, but you know why I'm important. You know what I mean? He keeps like letting Oba know his value.
Yeah.
Just ever so subtly. Like, I don't know if they'd actually do that. I don't know if that would be a good decision to make right now with Oba. But
no, I would say no.
Paul will need something to do.
But I thought they did a really good job though, because like later on, so Maxine Dupree jumps in Austin Theory's arms. They make out. Everyone's like, "Oh shit!" Then they show them leaving later on, and they get in the car. And the second the car drives off, you see Otis and Tozawa come out of the locker room, and you heard the whole crowd just go, "Oh!"
Just broken, broken-hearted, dude. They broke up last week, and then Otis and Tozawa thought, "Oh, she's coming back to us," and then she said, "No,
But you know who's going to bring them back together? Chad Gable.
Oh, Mandy Rose.
No, congrats to her.
Yeah, congrats to her.
Chad Gable. Chad Gable's going to be there for them. And
what's going on with Chad?
I like Chad. You don't like what they're doing with Chad?
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with him. Like,
what do you mean?
He's
friends with all the luchadors. He's making it up to the luchadors.
Yeah, he's doing like this little redemption tour thing.
Yeah, I like it.
But listen, he did just spend an entire year being a dick.
Yeah, but now he's making it. He's all right.
Wait for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah. No,
what if he's
got the catchy song? People are starting to sing it.
Are they? I'm still not quite there with the new song.
Yeah, it's very 80s sounding.
Hey, the Shep's in the house going, hello, fellas. Let's go check. Did Shep text you on Sunday night?
No, he doesn't like me.
He texted me.
They only like you. They only want you on there because they don't fear you like they fear me.
They should fear me because I win that belt too. But he texted me Sunday night at like 9:45 and was like, what kind of car do you drive?
Well, he's a car salesman.
But I was like, what do you? He's like, we're talking about it on the pod right now. And I meant to tune in.
I drive a Kia.
He was like, we were close. We thought you drove like a Toyota or something. And I was like, no.
I'm a Kia Forte. Yeah. See, they didn't even talk. They didn't even think about me. That's how low
I would love to know the context.
They didn't even think about me.
The Kicking Out podcast, boys. But
unbelievable.
Yeah, chat. Like I'm cool with it. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, he's cool with the luchadors. The luchadors seem to be cool with him.
Yeah.
What's our ultimate move here? He's
gonna win the US title. I mean, that's the IC title.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, is he cool with these luchadors? And he's like, not, and I don't think it's like in a heel way, but I think he's going to be the one to challenge Penta at SummerSlam. Because he's also he's in Minnesota, guy. That would be a big moment. how do we are we going to get there? Is at some point is he going to make his move? Because the IC title picture right now,
I like it.
Oh, they had a bet is pretty stacked, right? Like you saw, we had Ethan Page, Rusev.
I personally think this is going to be a multi-man match for the IC title.
You think so? And then he just wins.
They did it at Mania too, which kind of stinks. But I think this because you got Gable, you got Ethan Page, you got Rusev, you got Dragon Lee, you got Penta, and then Rey Mysterio was taken out by them, but you still got Rey lingering.
Javon Evans
is hanging around. So like.
I haven't seen old Javon in a while. Is he all right?
But they're doing a gauntlet match next week for Yeah.
They're
doing a gauntlet match on Raw to determine the number one contender.
Right. So is Gable
going
to run the gauntlet?
I think so. In Minnesota. I know it would be babyface versus babyface, which would be kind of weird.
But I think that match is. I think you could do that because Gable's with Penta. Like, what are you gonna?
Good. It's gonna be incredible.
What are you gonna do? Turn Penta heel, which I think you could.
I mean,
but he's fucking.
If he was gonna join, if they were gonna make the Lucha Bros heel, I wouldn't hate it. I'm telling
you, though, Penta would be a badass heel, but he also prints money.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of those.
But I think you could do the way Chad's story is gone. I think you could probably do something along the lines of like, "May the best man win." Here's your chance to like prove yourself that you've changed. Yada yada yada.
Can I just say something? Besides CM Punk, and obviously
you can't just say something. You're not allowed.
Besides CM Punk, and obviously that return and him winning the title, obviously those were the loudest pops of the night in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who the most over guy on Raw was?
Otis. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What a fucking promo he had to cut to start this show. Unbelievable. LA Knight. Again, what are we doing with this guy? Can we please? He deserves more. Damn it. I just wanted to say that.
Well, because Seth came out and cut his promo. Everybody was cheering CM Punk.
Promo, but yes.
And he kind of shut it down, but everybody kind of fizzled out a little bit because he shut down the CM Punk chants at the beginning of the show. By the way, I clocked it just for funsies. We didn't have an official wrestling match till 43 minutes into the show. Well, there was a lot of chit chat. The chit chat was good, but and LA Knight, like he's
unbelievable
calling next, and he's like, if you beat him, I got next. But
the crowd just chanting, like the crowd was doing the shtick, but then some of the lines he was doing and some of the rants he went on in this promo was so good that the crowd just started losing it and chanting. Like he stopped so the crowd could chant his name. He was just on fire in this promo. And I'm like, how is he this over and has not once been given? What are we doing? What are we doing?
That's fair. If LA Knight were to win the championship, let's just say tomorrow, would he get his?
He should lose it in 9 days.
I was gonna say, is he gonna get his?
He does. It doesn't matter.
He just needs it. They keep treading this kind of water with LA Knight. I don't know exactly what they're looking for. And again, I don't have any backstage info. I don't know how it goes backstage, what the moves are, what he's saying. Maybe they just don't like him as a person, but he's fucking over.
Dude, he's good.
He cut a great promo. I know people give him shit for his botches and sometimes, but he's kind of the kind of guy like in his promos when he botches, it's because he's just so goddamn passionate.
He's just getting after it.
Motor it through. Like, I've been fired up and my words don't come out perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I don't hate it on his end. I think him and Seth would be cool. I don't think Seth's beaten Roman at SummerSlam, so I don't necessarily know why we went this route and being like, well, you can have a shot if I beat Roman, I'll give you a shot, because I don't think he's going to beat him. So maybe. No. So we got to figure out. Maybe I don't know what we do with LA. You know what? I hate to. He's massively over.
Mm-hmm.
He could be a great addition to an IC title picture. I mean, he should be in the world title picture, but I'm trying to figure out how we get him there because they have all these other like
Oba,
Roman, Seth, Oba.
He needs to be above mid titles.
Maybe moving Punk over to SmackDown is the way you can get LA. Opens up a slot for LA Knight because now SmackDown's got Punk, Sammy, Seth, Gunther. You could,
But here's the problem: Raw has the bloodline overshadows everything.
Yeah, So I don't know what we're doing here, how we get there, but I'd like to see it.
The good thing about LA Knight is right now he's feuding with the Usos. He's been feuding with the Bloodline, talking shit about Roman and feuding with the Usos for a while now. So he's very much involved in the Bloodline, LA Knight. So again, it's a very easy way to get LA Knight a match with Roman because he's been talking shit about the Bloodline and Roman. Jimmy Uso showed up at the end of that promo and super kicked his ass and said, "But keep my family out of your mouth."
Yeah. And then I think Fatu jumped him in the parking lot.
In the parking lot because he saw Jimmy and he was going back after Jimmy and Jacob attacked him.
Yeah.
And there was that. So like he's in the middle of this Bloodline stuff, LA Knight, and he's a lone wolf. He's by himself. Nobody's helping him. Because Seth's,
Seth's doing his thing, and plus I think everybody kind of sees what happens when you help. Are we in for another 3,000 day reign or something?
No,
with Roman.
No,
because they love this Bloodline stuff. You still got Solo in the mix, and
they just signed Zilla.
Zilla's he's on his way. Speaking of signings, our boy Richard Holiday is being rumored to be signed.
Hell yeah, that guy's great.
Shout out to Richard Holiday.
That guy is great. That guy will show up in NXT and immediately be at the top of that men's card. Immediate. He is so good, Richard Holiday. Good for him. They also signed a big-time tag team out of Australia. That's a very entertaining team. I'm drawing a blank on their name right now, but they signed them.
We love
obviously
LA
Zilla, Enzo, and Cass are coming back.
Yeah. Love LA Knight, but we need some shit. I just don't know what that new shit is. Shep. I don't know what you do because they plug him into these things, but they never pull the trigger. And when they do pull the trigger, we're gonna be excited about it. But like, where's the right time? Because right now, I just don't know how you're coming at Seth. Seth's not your problem. Roman's your problem, but Roman's not dealing with you. I mean, he's going to have to beat all the Bloodline to get a shot at Roman. And why isn't Roman being like, hey, keep my name out your mouth, LA Knight? Why you know what I'm saying? Like, Roman hasn't stepped to him yet. So,
nope.
Zilla's going to go to Japan for a while before going to WWE, Scott says.
Well,
yeah, they're going to do the thing with Zilla where they sign him and they're going to have him. He's raw. Like, if you've watched, he's good, but he's a very raw. He's only had like 50 matches. He's only been doing this for a few years. So he'll definitely do whatever and get his stock up. And then when the time is right, they'll throw him in the mix, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They need these new tag teams because the division is the shits. Well, that's what happens when you don't pay the New Day. You drop the Motor City Machine Guns. The Wyatt Six are gone.
Sheamus. We didn't talk about this yet.
Yeah, shit.
Same thing. They asked Sheamus for a pay cut. That's the rumor. And he said, no, I'm good. And now Sheamus is gone.
Yeah. And I was seeing that as a debate too. People were kind of like, what do you... Here's the thing. I understand this is a business just like everywhere else. We completely get it. It's the name of the making money, but there's just certain talents that why wouldn't you want to see them ride off into the sunset with your company? You can, and if anything, it shows goodwill. Thank you for everything you've done. We're going to let you retire with us. They do it in all the other sports, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But everybody's like, he wouldn't do anything anyway. He's making all this money. It's a business. People get cut all the time. Like, no, I understand that. But Sheamus was one of those guys where you're kind of like, you busted your ass for us for years, and we want to, just let you ride out the contract. That's the thing. That's the thing that's crushing me is like you're asking these guys to take a pay cut. Just have them ride out the contract and don't re-em up. Mm-hmm. If that's what you want to do, just do it that way. Instead of let's ask it for a pay cut. And if they don't take it, then we'll grant their release. And it's like, well, that just doesn't look great. The New Day would be a team. Sheamus is, he's an IC title away from the Grand Slam.
Yeah, unfortunate.
And they couldn't quite get it there. And he had banger after banger after banger. Even though he snubbed me at Notre Dame Stadium, I still love me some Sheamus.
He snubbed you?
Yeah, I was walking through and because he's a big Notre Dame guy. Like,
Okay.
So he goes to games, and he was walking through the campus, and I just what it says Sheamus and was going to go like shake his hand and say what's up, and he just kept on. He just looked at me and kept on walking.
Yeah, he was like,
no, I don't have time for this guy.
He's like, if I stop for this guy, then I'm gonna have to stop for every guy.
Right. What crazy too was it was like the perfect moment where it was just like me, him. I don't think anybody else knew, because I don't know how many like devout wrestling fans are out at Notre Dame Stadium on game day. So I think it was just this perfect moment of like, if he would have stopped, I could have at least said what's up, maybe snapped a picture, and he could have kept pushing. But he was like, fuck this guy. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. But I don't know if he goes anywhere else. I don't know what he wants to do. I don't know. It's up to him. This is another one of those scenarios. Like Shep brings up the New Day, and mentions he's I think one of the few that doesn't want him in AEW, but bring us the New Day. Oh, he doesn't want him in it. I don't know if he's going to jump right to AEW. Sheamus is one of those guys. It's whatever he wants to do. He's made enough money in his career. He's had some injuries. Maybe he just wants to do his thing and call it a day. Maybe he'll come back. You never know.
Sure.
If Enzo and Cass can come back, anything's possible.
I agree.
What would you do as Sheamus right now? If you're Sheamus, where are you going, or what are you doing? What's your move?
I mean, if you want to keep wrestling, I mean, if you want to make a good amount of money and kind of stay in a similar situation to what you're in, I do think AEW would be the play. But I also don't know what he really is looking for, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So
get him and Cesaro back together, dude.
That would be great.
Him and Claudio back together, the bar.
I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, you feel bad for Sheamus, and it's just that's where you go. The business end of this sucks, but I feel like you should have this group of people that you're just like, we're not going to ask you to take a pay cut. We obviously, hey, Sheamus, at the end of the day, we don't see, if you want to leave, then like here, as soon as your contract's up, go ahead. But who knows? Hit the MLW, Scott said. Speaking of MLW, they just stripped Baron Corbin, our boy.
Well, because he's going back to WWE, right?
He's rumored to be coming back to WWE.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see all of these people that are rumored to come back. Like, I'm happy for them. What they do with them.
That's fair.
Like Enzo and Cass, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And then like Baron Corbin, he's coming back into the fold. Like, I'm interested to see how this all plays. Very, very intriguing. We never got that interview, Baron. You never came on Beards. I don't know if you're going to now, because you're coming back to.
I know. Is he allowed to?
We'll find out. We'll ask him. He follows us on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's right. Name dropping him.
We have to name drop. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we?
Yeah. He's our boy.
Agreed.
Scott's saying they added injury time to Queen Amanada's deal, giving her another year. Makes sense. That's a very
really.
That's a very wrestling thing. When that also says to me that they do value her, because they could have just been like, peace. Enzo Cass's return is going to be great when Punk purchases Enzo. Punk punches Enzo and Ace Steel bites Cass. Oh, Jesus. Listen, they were over as all get out, Enzo and Cass. Like, say what you want about them personally, but they were over as hell in the business. I don't know. Hopefully, they've matured and don't have as many backstage issues as they did in the past. But speaking of other signings, Jack Perry's officially staying in AEW.
Yep, they did that vignette last night. Yeah, they did that vignette last night on Dynamite.
Can I just say? Oh, go ahead, but finish it out.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that. No, they just did that vignette where he was talking about everything he's kind of accomplished in AEW and all that fun stuff, and was questioning his future and blah blah blah. And then he was basically like, "That's why I'm staying in AEW," and he like threw his knife through the contract and stuff.
He's such a jungle boy.
Yeah, he's a jungle man.
I will say, I think it is very funny and very interesting of how many people were pro Jack Perry to WWE to NXT, who also at the same token can't stand what AEW does with Jungle Boy and can't stand like what? So all of a sudden he's awesome because he might go to NXT. That doesn't make sense.
No,
he's either awesome or he's not.
Yeah,
you can't be like, oh yeah, fuck AEW. That guy. Oh, we can't wait to get Jack Perry.
Yeah. Well, then a report came out today that said that WWE was never.
I don't think it was
discussing or anything like that. So
if that leaked out, that's 1,000% Jack Perry's people going like, I'm gonna try to get some more money, and I don't think that's a bad strategy. That's not a bad tactic. That's just called business, right? If you're his agent, you're doing what you can to get him the most money possible. So you say, hey, there might be interest over here, but he's back in the fold, so we don't have to worry about it.
No, so he's back. Yeah, you know, last night. What?
No, I was to say that we had spring break, which
beach break, bro.
Beach break, spring break, it's all the same. It's all the same.
Cool venue outdoors.
I will say I did like that. It was hot.
Yeah.
You could tell it was hot, but I do like the different venue. I am a pro like WCW when they would do like Hog Wild up at Sturgis and the bikes or do their bash at the beaches and stuff. I am pro just unique and different venues, and that was one of them. So
it was a cool venue. It was a covered place, but it was outdoors. The sunset when the show started. By the time the main event hit in the twilight, it was very, very cool. You could tell it was hot. And they kept on telling you in commentary it was like 90 degrees. So, all right. First of all, great show all the way around.
Sullivan likes the unique venues and sets too. Yeah, I like wrestling and weird. That's why I like when they do ball, which I need to sit down and watch GCW's bash at the ballpark brawl that they did this past weekend. Like, I just love baseball shows outside. I like it. It's fun.
Yeah, 100%. We get so Raw. So Dynamite starts. We have ourselves a listen. Let's just talk about the main event of the show. The main event of the show. Oh, thank you, OP Three-Way. You're not so bad.
Putting that on the screen. Damn right, we love you. We like you too. I thought you were gonna say love, but we love you. And Donnie Israel. See, stop that shit. See, you say this, you say the nice thing, then you go like this. By the way, isn't AEW doing like something with the twins like tomorrow?
Yes.
Is that tomorrow? Is that being televised or is that just at the ballpark?
Is it not being televised?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I just realized we were talking ballpark stuff before I derailed the show even further. We love you too, buddy. They're doing it. Is it the twins like bash at the ballpark or ballpark brawl or something crazy like that? I couldn't imagine. Or is that going to be what?
Yeah, that's right.
Or is that going to be what they show for Collision?
Brawl in the ballpark. July 10th, which is tomorrow. It's a post-game event. Friday, July 10th at Target Field. 7:10 Central Time, so 9:10 Eastern, following the Los Angeles Angels Minnesota Twins game. So I'm assuming they're going to film some of it and show us some of it, but I don't think it's like a televised thing.
Well, I guess we'll see. Anyway.
Yeah. But okay. Jericho main event is MJF and Kenny Omega. Obviously, if Kenny Omega loses, he can never challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. Again, they interviewed Kenny right at the top of the show, Renee, with he had Nakazawa with him. And
it's good to see Michael Nakazawa. We don't see him very often.
Yeah, we don't see him that often. And he mentions it. He goes, hey, this could be it for me tonight. So I'm bringing back, he goes, I'm not talking about my New Japan days or whatever, or the beginning of the AEW days. I'm talking about my indie days. Like, that's what I'm trying to channel tonight. And that's why the Bucks aren't here. That's why I just got me and him like the old days, and I'm ready to go. And he goes, and I don't know if Max is going to be able to do what he needs to do. And what he needs to do is he needs to be okay with killing me out there in that ring. And he cuts a good promo. So you immediately get the gravitas of the situation. You immediately get Kenny in a state where it is clear that that Kenny is. He knows if he loses that match,
he knows this is
it's over.
He basically, like, without saying it, was like, I'm going to retire if I don't win this thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of what I took from it. I was just like, all right, man.
Agreed.
Which I was like, don't fucking do this to me. Because I told you last week, I didn't love that this was the stipulation.
Agreed. But then you get to this main event, and boy, oh boy, what a match these two had. Just unbelievable. Just fantastic chemistry these guys had. It was just, it had everything you wanted. It had, they fought through the crowd towards the beginning of the match. The clearing fans off the chairs. Max gets thrown through a couple rows of chairs. Remsburg's out there trying to, make sure, trying to keep, not have to stop the match, but, get them back towards the ring.
It's a lot of refs' discretion.
There was. Then they're brawling around ringside. Max at one point sets up the announcer's table. It looks like he wants to throw Kenny through it. Max ends up taking a big boot and flies through the table. Kenny goes for a few early one-winged angels. Max keeps getting out of him. At one point, it looks like Max is gonna that Kenny's gonna hit Max with an avalanche one-winged angel, and Max turns it into a poison rana from the top rope. But he did it in a way where, like, Kenny didn't land on his stomach, like flip all the way around, like he was like spiked into the mat. Oh my God, what a move that was! And then MJF starts to turn to MJF stuff. He grabs his title belt, and he gets in the ring, and Remsburg sees the title belt. So while Remsburg is distracted, he pulls out the Dynamite Diamond ring. He's got it up. He's going to hit him. Will Ospreay comes running down, grabs the ring from MJF, distracts MJF, distracts the ref. The ref is yelling at Ospreay. And while all this is happening, Kenny Omega grabs the world title. MJF turns around. Omega's ready to hit him. He starts begging, no, please. And Kenny, being the good guy he is, throws the belt down. And the second he does, Max hits him in the penis.
Two nut shots.
With an uppercut.
Two big ones.
And then he hits him over the head with the world title. And then a kick out at 29999. No, I'm sorry. I lied. That was when they did the kick out at 1. Omega kicked out at 1.
Yeah.
And the crowd's going crazy. I thought it was a perfect 1 kick out. And then they show Ospreay, and he's smiling, and he just leaves. And then Kenny hits back-to-back V-triggers. And they had this great moment where he hits the second V-trigger, and Kenny's in the ropes, and Max is sitting in the ropes, and Max just kind of like leans his head up against Kenny because he's basically done. And he leans his head up against Kenny, and even the crowd like started clapping a little bit at that. And Kenny looks at Max, and then Kenny knows, now's my time, runs across the ropes, hits one last V-trigger for the third V-trigger, 1 winged angel, 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega, new AEW World Champion.
Yeah.
Awesome main event. The 2 major world title changes in 48 hours.
Yeah, and not even just like title changes, like they were big deals. Like,
oh yeah,
huge.
Oh yeah,
show shifting stuff. Like now, like I think we all last week we sat here and we were like, all right, how do we do this? How do we get out of this stipulation for Kenny? And do we have like a DQ thing situation, and then they go to Redemption and do this? Now Kenny's walking into Redemption as your world champion. What kind of match is he going to have?
Yep, and they showed the graphic at the end of the show with him and Ospreay now all in. They showed that new graphic.
Yep, so we're getting that now.
We're getting that as long as Kenny gets there. But like, yeah, man, absolutely. Do they just run a rematch back, you think, with Max at Redemption? Max trying to get the belt back? Does this end up being a triple threat maybe? Like I feel like it should.
There's still ways to get there. Depends on how's Max's knee, right?
That's a real thing.
It's a real thing, and that's what I'm saying. Is this an opportunity where you just go get your knee right? We'll figure it out. Hey, like, thank you, and maybe they went this direction because of Max's knee. Maybe the whole time was the redemption angle, like get Kenny to redemption, have him win there. But maybe Max's knee is too banged up. I don't know. There's still a long list. As soon as you saw Kevin Knight say that Don Callis, like, doesn't matter who it is, I still want my title shot. That's why I'm here. So maybe we get Kevin Knight and Kenny Omega. Like, that'd be fun. So Shep said AEW or WWE knew that AEW was going to do this, so they completely tried to overshadow. I'll say this. If that is true, that's business. Like, that's your show's on Monday, mine's on Wednesday. Like, if I have an opportunity to do it, I'll do it. I think it made for a fantastic week of wrestling where there was a lot of fun debates to have, like, the WWE, which because we had somebody comment as on the link while it was up saying, like, well, Kenny's an EVP, so he kind of just put himself in the world title picture. So there's a lot of fun debate about, like, which side did it right. The Punk hypocrite stuff, Kenny. But Kenny, they've been telling this story all year.
Oh, yeah. This has been they've been building to this for a while. And
they've been doing this for, he came right out, I think, on the first Dynamite of the year and was like, my goal in 2026 is to get a world championship opportunity. If I have to fight Claude, do yada, yada, yada to get there. So we've been telling the story. Punk, like I said, I think they kind of sat on that line that he said after Mania. But, I mean, it's still CM Punk, so it doesn't matter. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. So that was obviously a huge deal. So, what? Oh, yeah. Dan? Yeah.
I love it. Tony Khan upped his game with Kenny Omega's title win. I wonder how he responded for Jelly Roll pin CM Punk at Summer. Newly single Jelly Roll, by the way, if you pay attention. That flooded my timeline for some reason.
Yeah, that
guy. Here's the thing with TikTok that I don't I get it, but I don't know why they do it this way. If you watch one video on anything, they show you 75 more, and you're like, I was just that I don't need that in my life.
No,
but they're like,
nobody does.
You watched this video? Here's 90 more, and they're all the same video.
Yeah.
So I got flooded with Jelly Roll, divorce for like a day, and I was just like, I only watched that. I read the headline of the description and went like this.
Yeah. Sorry, bud. Not great.
I don't know how often you scroll TikTok, but that's
I do it every so often, but that guy doesn't really show up on my shit. So
I just it's just like I watch one, all of a sudden my algorithm's like, you're a Jelly Roll fan? What's up, dude? And I'm like, no, I'm not. He wrestled a couple times, and I was just, he's
I get it.
But anyway,
LeBron and Jelly Roll, who would have known?
I'm not defending Jelly Roll. LeBron, I'll defend LeBron. I'll be the front LeBron. I don't think I still think MJ is the GOAT in terms of, like, he's the most impactful basketball player of all time. But I think LeBron gets a bad rap.
Not only do we have that title change on Dynamite.
Oh yeah, what the fuck is happening?
We had, in my opinion, slightly better. This was my favorite match on the shows. I thought it was slightly better than the main event, but we had an international championship match earlier in the night.
The wrestling in this match was absolutely better. I think the emotion, the gravitas in the main event, I think that's what helped. Not that it was a bad wrestling, but it's Takeshita and Kyle fucking Fletcher, dude.
Yeah.
They're so
and these
good.
guys it was incredible.
Yeah.
It's an absolutely incredible match. In which saw Kyle Fletcher defeat Takeshita and bring the international championship back to the Don Callis family. Takeshita is on his way to Japan. He'll be in the G1, which I believe starts next week, I want to say, or this weekend or next week. It starts imminently, and Takeshita is in it. So I assume that this was a way to kind of get him.
Why couldn't you just take it with him?
I don't know. It is the international championship. Couldn't he just defend it over there in between things? But Kyle Fletcher wins it. Tremendous match. I assume we'll get a rematch when Takeshita comes back. Maybe All Out or All In.
Remember when that title was like supposed to be defended? internationally, or what? Yeah. The Continental one. I think there was one. That was a fun wrinkle. What happened to
that? Just a tremendous match between these two. And Fletcher won with the brain buster, but not the proper one that he normally does. He did the one that is like a super. He starts it off like a superplex and then drops him onto the top of the top turnbuckle. Gnarly looking, dude. Gnarly looking. Really, really good. And then after the match, though,
Scott, they have like 14 other titles that they could feature on their show. But I don't think you're wrong. It does. It starts Saturday. This Saturday.
You referenced one of them, but a couple of things. Mick Foley comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, the G1 starts in Chicago.
G1 starts this Saturday. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be a fun one.
Yes, it does. It does. Yeah. So Mick Foley comes out. The Callis family's in the ring. Mick Foley comes out. He says that was one of the finest matches he's ever seen. He starts to ask Fletcher about, what it took to battle and defeat his former best friend. Fletcher's like, he was never my friend. He was just riding my coattails. I did what me and Okada said we were going to do, bring the title back to the Don Callis family. And then Don Callis cuts him off and he talks shit about Foley. He says, hey, can we stop? This is a celebration about the Callis family, not you trying to steal shine away from the younger talent. And then Mick Foley basically says, if you interrupt me one more time, one of my shoes here is going to get very intimate with the inwards of your ass. Which I laughed. So then they get Foley out of the ring, and Don Callis calls out Kevin Knight. And so there's a part of this where, like you said earlier, Kevin Knight comes out, and in the gist of his conversation was, I wouldn't have been in that cage match unless I was getting a world title match. I was promised a world title match. I'm getting a world title match. Jet 2 belts is still coming. And Callis is like, yeah. But on his way out, Kevin Knight kind of threw shade at Kyle Fletcher. Yeah. He said, hey, Kyle, good job winning the international championship. Took you long enough. Or he said about time, and Fletcher was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like you could see Fletcher's face was like,
"It's like, dude, I've been injured for like 6 months. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, and so I was just like, "Oh, all right, okay, that's something to look into." And then he gets interrupted by Andrade, and this is where it was 90 degrees out, Andrade, and you're showing up in a fucking suit and a trench coat.
How you know?
He had to be. He was sweating pound. He had to be losing weight.
Maybe he was in a cut. He was like, I got to cut weight for my next big match.
That is. He had to be sweating his balls off under that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My God.
How you know?
Andrade comes out, and then he's going to end up fighting Jake Doyle next week. And if he beats Jake Doyle, he'll get a shot at Mark Davis in the national championship. Yeah. And then, he goads some of the guys of the Callis family to chase him. And then he goes in the back, and they're like in this, it looked like an office room or a boardroom or whatever. And they're looking for him. And Darby shows up, and they start beating up Darby. And Kevin Knight's like, look at the backpack. Because Kevin Knight almost got murdered by an explosion.
Like, I don't feel like dying again.
And then he goes, to Brian Cage, he goes, picks up the skateboard. And Brian picks up the skateboard, and then the skateboard explodes in Brian Cage's face.
Oh, yeah.
And then you look over, and Andrade has the detonator in his hand. And he's like, ah! And then they all just start brawling. Right. That was fun.
Yeah, the Don Callis family's had a little wrinkles. If the idea, maybe they just realized Kevin Knight doesn't need the Don Callis family. Let's start to break him off this thing.
Maybe they could do that.
We made a mistake.
Yeah, potentially. Then the only other big thing, well, not the only other big thing, but the other big thing that happened is we had the number one contenders women's gauntlet match to determine, like I said, the number one contender. And this was a pretty good match. This was a lot of fun. Athena and Maya World were the first two. Sky Blue came out third. Mina Shirakawa was then fourth. Rena, who was a Stardom performer, was fifth. Mm-hmm. Julia Hart was sixth. Thunder Rosa was seventh. And then the eighth and final entrant was the returning Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
And so Will and Tekla, by the way, was on commentary throughout this whole thing. Tremendous. Just arguably the most entertaining part of the match was Tekla on commentary. She was awesome. And then they had Mercedes sitting in the lifeguard tower near the entrance, which was a good aesthetic as well. But Tekla's sitting there. They go, "Oh, you like the casino gauntlet?" She goes, I love the casino gauntlet. Last time I was in a casino, I won $10,000 and had a stripper on my lap. She goes, I love a casino. And I'm just sitting there like, this woman. Willow Nightingale wins.
Yeah.
She pins Julia Hart with the Dr. Bomb, and Willow Nightingale is the new number one contender of the AEW Women's World Championship. Let me preface. 1, love me some Willow Nightingale. 2, love the fact that Willow Nightingale has moved up to the World Championship picture. That's where she probably should have been for a little bit. You made her vacate this title, the TBS title. You crowned a new champion last week. Not a month ago. Last week.
Well,
and then you have her return a week later, and now she's the number one contender for the AEW Women's World Championship. Don't get me wrong,
and that's going to be at Redemption.
Yes. So Mercedes won the Owen, which entitles you to a title shot, which makes Mercedes as the number one contender.
Well, they don't.
That's already established.
But they get the shot at All In, so I don't. So that if
but is Willow going to win? Are we going to get Willow and Mercedes?
Willow is going to win at Redemption, beat Tekla. Poor Tekla's title reign is going to come to them. We're going to get Willow Mercedes at All In for the world title. That's how
I don't hate.
That's how
Clearly.
you keep Mercedes in like this heelish CEO. You don't have to turn her face because Tekla would have been the. And I love Tekla. We all love Tekla, but when they did that and they made this decision, it's clear that we're going Osprey, Omega, Nightingale, Monet. We're loading it up. We're going to load this thing up. And I think that you could do that at Redemption, have Willow win, become the AEW World Champion, and maybe she beats Mercedes at All In. I don't know, but Scott's saying not again. It's not like they ran this. It's been a while since we've seen Willow Mercedes go one-on-one.
Yeah.
Triple threat. Here's the thing. We've mentioned that triple threat a lot tonight. You can only do so many. And if you want to hold the sanctity of the Owen Hart winner gets the title shot one-on-one, which they didn't say it has to be one-on-one. I just don't know. Maybe MJF getting inserted makes the most sense. I don't know if Willow in my scenario beats Tekla. Does Tekla have a legitimate gripe to get into that? I don't know. But that's what I thought. That was my first thought when Willow won this thing. I was like, you're right. She did just vacate a title that she could have.
They just crowned the new champ last week.
I know. They dragged their feet on that shit.
You have her come back. She debuts she returns a week after they just crowned the new. Come on now. That timeline makes you look not great.
So yeah, that's what I think. I think you're gonna get Willow and Mercedes at All In. I think Tekla has done a great job. Poor Tekla. Poor Tekla. But she did win $10,000, had strippers in her lap, so she's doing all right.
Yeah.
Unless again, did they say I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank. Did they say that the shot was for a title match at Redemption?
No, they just said it's just for the number one contender.
So they could run this next week.
I think it will be. It's going to be Redemption.
Because here's the thing. I would like them to not quickly do this. I want to hear Willow came back. Why did you vacate the title? If, you were going to come, things like that. I'd like there to be some back and forth. I'd like them to build Willow and Tekla a little bit so that because if they just go next week, then we go, yeah, Willow's going.
Yeah.
Mercedes had the tag champs attack the Sisters of Sin. She had to be in it. When was that? That was
to me, after the match, Tekla gets in the ring and spears Willow.
Oh yeah.
And then the Divine Dominion take out Sky Blue and Julia Hart, which distracts Tekla. So Willow starts fighting Tekla, but then Tekla gets the upper hand again. But then Mercedes knocked Tekla out with the Owen belt. To me, I don't think that solidified a triple threat match. That just solidified that Mercedes is ready to fuck either of these girls up, no matter who it is. That's how I took that. That's how I took that.
Mercedes cares.
So that's how I took it. Like I took it as more that was Mercedes sending a message to both of them, like, hey, I don't care who it is. I'll do what I have to do against either of you, as opposed to setting up that it has to be against both of them. That's at least how I took it mental. Like,
you could do the triple threat, although I don't want Mercedes getting a world title shot until All In. She shouldn't get it.
She has it at all.
Yeah. So Scott's saying that she has to be in. I don't disagree. I don't disagree that Tekla doesn't deserve to be there. I just also don't know if we could do a bunch of triple threat matches.
I mean, Tekla could also just beat Willow.
She could absolutely just beat Willow, and then I'm not even thinking about that. I wasn't even thinking about that. I guess that was my WWE booking in the brain. I was like, this is what they wanted. This is how we're getting to the more market.
Again, I would lean that Willow will win.
Yeah, I guess I look at those.
Could just win that match.
They keep telling us that this is the biggest show. Biggest show is going down here. It's going to be historic, and I just look at marquees, and I'm like, what's the biggest names you could put on the marquee? Granted, yeah, you're not wrong. Tekla could just win this thing and just continue to prove that she's just absolutely dominant. And I wouldn't hate that either. So, and you could do other things with Willow, but we do need something big to happen at Redemption. So Willow and Tekla at Redemption would be huge. You got Kenny. He's probably going to have a nothing burger world title match, if anything. He might not. I mean,
he could fight MJF again, though.
He could. We could run that back. Could run Speedball and Omega. Yeah, do that.
Well,
get there.
Well, did they have a backstage?
I don't know. Remember Blair said in our group Slack chat. Remember, he was like, "Give me Matt Menard."
Yeah.
Give me Matt Menard and Kenny Omega, dude. Why not?
I still think that it should be Kevin Knight in Speedball for the TNT title in Montreal, and Speedball beats him.
Sure.
Should it not? That's what I think.
Oh, it should. Where is old Uncle Speedy?
Yeah. He had a backstage interview. He's fighting on Collision. He's fighting Mark Davis for the national championship.
Oh, Mark Davis. Yeah, we'll see how they get there. They threw this new pay-per-view in the mix. They know they want it to be big and they want it to be a spectacle because it's a new pay-per-view in the cycle. It's in Canada. Kenny's your champ. Yeah, maybe Tekla just beats her. But no, they planted a lot of fun little seeds. I'd like maybe you could do something where you give me a Kyle Fletcher, Kevin Knight match, not a Redemption. I hope they just do that. Like not even like, remember when they used to do the old days? Like you would do like the WWE champion would take on like the Intercontinental champion every once in a while, and it was like a non-title match. I'd like to see that international champ versus TNT champ just for fun, just like for bragging rights. Like that'd be a cool match to see.
100%.
I don't think they're gonna do it though, but they should.
No, that'd be fun though.
But they should. Yeah. So who knows, man? I don't know where we're ending up. I do like right now that I think I've been watching wrestling over the last few months, and there's at least throwing me some unpredictability throughout. Or if they are throwing you predictable stuff, at least it's been good, for the most part. Outside of like the first half of Night of Champions was pretty chalk and pretty. But Sammy, I didn't expect him to win and then lose immediately. I didn't expect. I don't know if we expected Kenny to win. I don't want to say clean because there was a lot of shenanigans, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
I thought there was going to be like a non-finish. Then we ran it back. So here we are.
What'd you think of Ciampa and Jericho?
It was good. They're good.
I'm glad Ciampa won. I thought Jericho.
Yeah. I was going to say I thought, this is a typical Jericho wins the first one. And then you're kind of like, but they let Ciampa really win it. Have I loved like the build per se and the way the angles? No, but the match was cool. I just love that venue. That was cool. We need more of those. Is that technically like a pavilion because it had that canopy over the top?
I mean, it was definitely some sort of thing like that.
God, I would have been dying.
Oh,
sitting there 90.
Can you imagine having to wrestle those type of matches that Takeshita, Fletcher, Kenny, and MJF did, and just and you add in that it's 90 degrees? Disgusting.
Yeah,
disgusting.
Well, that's like we talked to. I talked to, I think it was Mars and Reed, the Short Kings at one point, because they had an outdoor match. What do you mean? Like they had like an outdoor match, and they said it's just a different. Everything sucks more because you're hot, you're sweaty, you're trying you try to stay as hydrated as possible when you get in those situations. But yeah, to wrestle at the level that those people did on Wednesday night, absolutely insanity. And like you said, Andrade's a fucking madman for being in that.
What the hell, man?
Like commentators probably were. There's just the crowd packed in there. The bright lights for TV, like it had to have felt like he was at 90 degrees outside. I bet you real feel it was probably closer to 100, pushing over 100 in there. Hopefully they had a good fan situation because, yeah, Chef said Ciampa looked great. Jericho looked good as well. Yeah, I thought that was like they both looked good. You needed a winner. If you want to run this back where Jericho goes, I want my redemption. Because he's from Canada. So you throw him on the card. You could run it back if you wanted to. But I thought it was a fine. I had a good time. This has been a good week of wrestling, dude.
Yeah, man, it was good.
Natty and Kendall Gray had a good little match on NXT. Good for her.
Yeah.
She won, but I didn't know that shit was pre-taped. I was like trying to keep
NXT?
up. Yeah, I was watching it and I'm like checking Twitter and people. I was like, wait, that didn't happen yet. I'm watching right now. I didn't realize. So the Canadian audience who gets it on Netflix or the international audience, they just get it. They don't have to worry about commercials. I watched it on basic cable TV, man. I have the bunny ears and everything, dude.
The bunny ears.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
So I just like when they made the switch to the CW, I was like, let me get one of those digital antenna things, and I just put the bunny ears and I just put it in the TV, and now I can just switch over to local to watch NXT. It's about the only time I ever have it on. Like, it's funny though, it cuts right at 10, it goes and it's right to your local news, and I'm like, oh, guess what happened in your town? I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
So, and I get all the little fun like weather advisory stuff at the bottom.
Okay.
So,
oh yeah.
So I'm up to date on school closings and weather advisories when I watch the NXT on the CW.
That's good to know. At least you know if any breaking news happens.
Yeah, I would know. The only time I know about that, because Mrs. Pluggo texts me and she's like, "Hey, did you hear?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'll check." Scott said, "Yeah, they had the 4th off figured, so they taped the 2. But I didn't know that. I don't pay that. I'm a terrible wrestling fan. I guess I don't pay that close attention to. I just assumed I was like NXT's on the 6th. That's not the 4th of July.
No, it's not.
Did you blow some stuff up?
I personally did not. I was around. That was happening in my neighborhood, and stuff like that. But I had I went to that, which is horseshit.
Yeah, it's fucking.
You listen. You get like I will give you a 2-day buffer before and a 2-day buffer after.
Yeah.
All right. You get from the 2nd to the 6th to do your shit.
There you go.
All right. After that, you're an asshole.
I agree. I agree with that message, dude. I'm with you there.
You get from the 2nd to the 6th to light off whatever you want, whenever you want to do it. That's your buffer. Yeah. If you're doing it before or you're doing it after, you're a piece of trash, and I hope that the cake turns sideways and lights up your house. Anyway.
I've noticed that my favorite meme going around is in this economy.
Bag up, chair. Oh, no.
Everybody's broke and has no money, but God damn it, my neighbor's got 8 days worth of fireworks.
Of course they do. They're fucking ready.
Actually, I got some good neighbors. I got a guy that lives catty corner, and he'll buy he'll go the day after, so he'll go the 5th.
Oh, he just buys them for the next year.
No, he just buys all the discounts, and then he has like one big show real quick, and it's so cool. We're sitting in the yard, and we're like, "Do you want some money, man?" We're just chilling in our yard.
You've been entertaining me for 2 hours, but
yeah, dude, you're the man. So
what the hell, bro?
Do you have pasta?
Well, I live in Massachusetts.
Did you get some of that?
I did have some pasta salad.
So did I.
2 servings. 2 servings.
Oh, just 2. Impressed.
So I went to a cookout on Saturday. I had the day off. Went to a cookout on Saturday. It was hot as hell around here, so we went swimming. Good stuff. Drinking some libations. I had a hot dog. Had a burger.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of fruit salad. And then they had a pasta salad, and I said, "Well,
it's over."
I said I could have just eat that. You guys could have the rest of the food. Just give me that bowl. But I ate the pasta salad. It was delicious. And then Sunday morning, I went out and I golfed 18 holes at 7:10 a.m. and drank a whole lot on the course, golfed. And then I came home, and the rest of the day, I might as well have been in a body cast. That's how much my body hurt. That was it. And then that's how I felt. And then Monday, had to work, obviously. Tuesday was the lady's birthday. And then yesterday was my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
So I had a stretch of just doing shit the whole time. After work, just doing stuff. And, just being like, so today was the first day that I really was like, and it was nice out today. It was 90 degrees. I got asked to hang out. And I was just like, I need a day where I don't do shit. All right. I've been doing stuff and I've been working and doing stuff for like 9 straight days.
Yeah.
I need my day off where I just sit in this house and don't do anything.
Yeah,
that's what I did today.
I just put in for some like a long extended, like a 5 or 6 day weekend.
I got a week coming off at the end. So GCW, actually, before we leave.
Yeah, they're coming.
GCW is in Manchester, New Hampshire on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, they are. You should
Not
go.
far from me. It's a 35-minute ride, if that.
Oof.
And Shep, what do you mean? That's what you're supposed to do. People go out there and they don't drink. How the hell are you supposed to come to terms with the fact of how fucking terrible you are at golf if you're not drinking?
That's true.
That's why I drink. So when I duff a shot, I'm like, well,
I've had a few libations, of course.
I played pretty well in the front 9, and then I absolutely fell apart.
That's how my golf
absolutely fell apart, like disgustingly fell apart.
Because you get confidence, you get a few more drinks in you, and then all of a sudden.
I had now again, I'm not a good golfer at all, so this might not mean anything to anybody. But on the front 9, I played basically bogey golf the whole front 9, and I had 2 pars, and I was like, all right, that's okay. That is a good front 9.
No, that's good.
And then on the back 9, I don't even think I had a bogey. That's how fucking bad it was. It was brutal.
How many balls did you lose?
I went with 2 boxes, so I had 24. I probably lost 6, 7. Not as bad. I've had rounds where I've lost a whole box. I've lost a dozen. I've had rounds where I've lost more. But again, the course that we played at, not a lot of hazards. I mean, there were some, but I luckily avoided them. But yeah, no, we did okay. And then so GCW was in town Sunday. And I'm thinking about going.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like not a late night show. I think the bell time is like 4 or 5 p.m. It's like an afternoon.
Yeah, their Sunday shows are always early. It's wonderful. Unless they're big ones, unless they're like big shows.
Yeah. See, you're shooting a 74, Shep. Well, that means you have plenty of time and money to play. So I do not. Unfortunately. So if you have any money to lend me so I can retire early, please.
Yeah.
Or I can move down there. I can work at one of your dealers. I mean, I'll make it work.
You come live you're gonna come live in Fort Wayne, Indiana?
I doubt it. I don't think I would have a good time with your fucking uptight shit. Having to give my fucking social security number to look at Pornhub. I don't got time for that. I need quick access. Access.
There's workaround.
Yeah.
You also have to understand that their site is the one that decided they weren't going to do that. Other sites, I think, probably still. I don't know. I'd have to dive in, but anyway.
But the AJ Styles kid is fighting. Yeah. Not Sunday, not on my show, but he's in GCW. He's showing up in GCW.
Yeah, he wrestled somewhere last week, and AJ was there.
Yeah,
I can't remember where because we talked about it on For Exposure, but yeah, he's starting to make the rounds. GCW is on the road to Homecoming, which is in the middle of August, their biggest show of the year, Homecoming on the 15th and 16th. So you know that they're going to be, ramping that up with some stuff. Joe Gacy is rumored to be showing up at some point. So
I'm thinking I'm going to take a look at that on Sunday. Then we have Dynamite is in Boston on Wednesday. Collision is in Boston on Thursday.
Dude, you should just have yourself a good old fashioned.
I'm going to Dynamite. I don't know if I'm going to Collision. It's on a Thursday. I have obligations. I can understand. I will say I have been approved for both shows. I do have the approval.
There you go.
For both shows. I'll definitely be going to Dynamite. So you and Drew are going to have to. You and Drew are going to have to man the ship.
Yeah, just let me know about Thursday. I can always call up an old friend or two.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I'll definitely be at Dynamite. I think I'm definitely going to try to go to that GCW show. It's Richard Holiday versus Bear Bronson.
Yeah, you better get your Richard Holiday matches in.
I better try to get that Richard Holiday interview in.
He's supposed to be here in my hometown on the 29th of August. I don't know if he's
going to. Don't think he's making that one.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to make it.
I think this show on Sunday might be one of his last.
We'll see.
If the rumors are true. But we'll see. But all right, we're going to get out of here. We went a little bit 205 live. We went a little bit overtime. But yeah. Another good show. Big week of wrestling. There you go. Shep is saying he's available.
Could you imagine old Shep on those cocktails? Oh, that'd be an
Hell
interesting.
yeah, man. Hell yeah, man.
Maybe we'll hit you up either way.
Yeah. Maybe if I'm here or not. We'll
see what happens.
But we'll see. I know like I said, I know I'm definitely going to be attending Dynamite. Not sure about doing the back-to-back. I do also have to work incredibly early on Fridays. So that could also be
that's fair.
A detriment to the Thursday night. But we'll see. But I'll be at Dynamite. Looking forward to that. I'm going to be at GCW on Sunday. Looking forward to that. And we had a good week of wrestling. 2 major world championship titles changing hands on the weekly television show. Has to be one of the only times it's happened since AEW has been around, I would think. Just a tremendous week of wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm still angry about all my sports teams, even though the Red Sox are playing well. I'm not buying into them, and it still means absolutely nothing. But all of a sudden they're playing well. I don't get what the hell's going on. Yeah. Anything else we forgot, Pluggo?
I'm beating you in fantasy baseball this week.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're going head to head. It's early though. It's only Thursday. I can have a big weekend.
You could.
Half my team is injured. So
fair enough. No, nothing else that I can think of that we missed or didn't miss, or I think we covered it. It was a crazy week. I don't know what I'm doing this weekend, so I don't have there's a local show on Saturday. I might pop in and attend that with the boys, but other than that, it's just I'm looking forward to one of those just like chill days, like you said. Like I just don't do nothing. I need one of those. So I might pull that on a Sunday. It might be a lazy Sunday for me, but Scott's in second place, so I'm coming for that spot, Scott.
There we go.
Spot, Scott.
All right, Pluggo, do the damn thing. Let the people know where they can find you.
Well, you can find me at Pluggo on all social media platforms. You search Pluggo, my face pops up. Every Thursday night with this gentleman for Between Two Beards at 8 p.m. right here on Love Wrestling. Go to @B2Beards on all social media platforms to know what we got coming up, who's coming on, when we're doing the thing. Lots of stuff in the works, so you'll want to stay tuned to that. Saturday, I'll be back here at 4 p.m. Eastern with Blair Pacheco for 4 Exposure. We'll be getting you ready for that GCW show that JPJ says he's going to attend. And then with Dynamite up on Wednesdays with you. I missed this past Wednesday, but we'll be back next week. And that's where you find me.
Yep. You can follow me right here, JPJ Loves Gaming, on all social media platforms each and every Thursday night right here, 8 p.m. Eastern, Between Two Beards. Like he just mentioned, Wednesday nights over on Body Slam Net, me, Pluggo, and our pal Drew Nicholas get together for Dynamite Up, where we review every episode of AEW Dynamite once the show goes off the air. And then Sundays, Thursday, let me go chronologically. Thursday mornings, 9 a.m. over on the Main Event Wrestling Net, I do The Morning J, Kayfabe Coffee. We review Dynamite some more over there. That's always a good time. That's really my only solo expedition of the week. Usually I'm very much protected by my great co-hosts throughout the week and things like that. And then on Sunday afternoons, noon Eastern, over on Fightful Overbooked, Auntie Collins and myself, we go coast to coast over there, which is always a good time. So that's where you can follow me. Appreciate you all being here in the chat. Appreciate you all hanging out with us and spending time with us each and every Thursday night. It means a lot to Pluggo and myself.
Oh shit, Ben Bishop just got signed to TNA.
That's awesome too.
20 minutes ago, he just posted. They posted an hour ago.
Hell yeah, good for him. We love Ben Bishop.
With these excellent additions to TNA Impact Earth Division, here to help. This is TNA. Are these real? No, these can't be real. But he looks like he posted it. Maybe it's not real.
Is he faking us?
Maybe that was a post somebody else made, and then he just was like, "I look good." Maybe these were fake posts, but I was excited for a second.
Did you just fool me?
I just got fooled by a quick scroll. I was like, "Oh, that popped up," but maybe they were. Yeah, because it says that they also signed Shayna Baszler and Charles Mason. And
okay, wow.
Okay, never mind. But he goes, "I look good, don't I?" So maybe he's getting signed too.
Maybe.
Oh man, I need to go to bed.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Welcome in, Daniel. Thank you for popping in at the end here, saying hello.
Yeah,
you guys all know the drill. We'll be live next week. I will most likely be here. If not, I'll be colliding in the city of beans. But if not, I will see you here. We will see you here next Thursday night, and you all know the drill. Until then, say hi to Sue.
Say hi to Sue.
Peace out.
Hey there, Pluggo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. Get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you two beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch yourselves. Knock it off.